Alrighty, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you all for tuning in. This is episode two. Again, you're listening to Court Vision Convos. Again, my name is Mike.
And I'm also Mike and DBA, Mike and Mike in the evening. I feel like
That's it.
that's a good play right there.
That's
We've been
it. Mike and
recording
Mike
these
in
in
the
the
evening.
evening, so it's a nice play. I like it.
So, just to recap for those who did not listen to episode one, we primarily went over the Western Conference as far as early predictions, what our thoughts are, how deep the Western Conference is. And I think, again, as we were mentioning beforehand, the Western Conference is as tough as it ever has been before. Now, Eastern Conference, which I think will be very easy, simple conversation. Um, as we watch the free agency and we get the preseason, getting ready for the preseason to start. Mike, what do you want to start us off with? Is there a specific team that you want to talk about in the East?
So I think the biggest points that we can examine are three of the teams that had, I would say, the biggest question mark slash roster fluctuation. So I think
Okay,
key pieces that we should really cover are Boston, which is one of the
okay.
biggest with the roster turnaround, the Drew Holiday trade, the Porzingis trade, the Tatum injury. How they're how are they really gonna look this year?
I
So
think
what are your thoughts on that? How do you think it's gonna go for Boston this season?
honestly, I think they're still good enough because the Eastern Conference isn't that competitive compared to the West. I think they'll still be competitive in the play-ins. I don't think they're a top six anymore because
Really?
Al Horford's not
Hot
re-signing.
take alert, hot take alert.
Al Horford's not re-signing. You only have still Derek White and Jalen Brown really running the offense. Anthony Simons is now your point guard, but I mean, other than that, who the hell do you have now? I mean, you lost half your roster that were key important pieces that were part of the starting lineup.
Hey man, don't sleep on the short king Peyton Pritchard.
Hey, Peyton Pritchard will be, I think, a breakout year. This is the potential where he can really showcase what he's got in the NBA level. Um, Yeah, I'm excited because I wasn't crazy about Peyton Pritchard. I didn't think too much about him until I've seen some training videos. He's got one hell of a handle.
I agree. I mean, I think one of the more interesting things that I've seen around Boston this offseason is the fact that they plan on bringing Anthony Simons off the bench and starting Peyton Pritchard as their starting point guard. I think
Okay,
that'll give him a chance to flourish and shine really and show what he can do because we've seen games where he scores 40 points a game, 10 assists. He's also had games where he comes close to a triple double despite his small size. So
right.
I really want to see what he does. So I think that that's going to be interesting. And on top of that, you bring Anthony Simons off the bench and he can really focus on just giving you buckets because we've
Yeah,
seen he can go off any given night 20, 30, 40. So him being in a bench role where he can just focus on putting the ball in the hoop, I think that's the best situation for him, on top of having the championship culture that Boston has always surrounded themselves with.
yeah, I
So I
did.
think that's a great move for him.
And looking back at it, they do have a bit of a crowded backcourt there. Jalen Brown, I'm sure, is going to be moving to the three now that Tatum is going to be hurt for the entire season. I mean, where do you see Boston this season? Do you see them really making it beyond the top six? I mean, I see them as a playing team because you got some other young teams. Atlanta made some good moves. Of course, you got New York and Cleveland. You got some interesting teams that are going to be in the top six. I just don't see Boston making that big of an impact, even with a underachieved Eastern Conference.
I mean, me personally, I still think that Boston has what it takes to be a playoff team and make that top six. Granted, there are some up and coming teams. I do still think that Boston's going to find their way to a top six seed. I don't think they're going to have like a drastic fall off where they are fighting for a play-in spot. Granted, all the roster turnaround, they're gonna have to reestablish chemistry. They're all gonna be like, "What the hell are we gonna do? Our star is out for the season." So Jalen Brown, this is where we really see what Jalen Brown is going to be made of. This is where he has to step up, become that alpha for their team, and see what he can really do because the fate of this season rests in his hands,
unless
in
he
my
has to go to the
opinion.
left.
Hopefully he has some trainers that are working on that left hand, man, because it's rough. It's rough.
It is definitely rough, but yeah, Boston, if anything, they would be number 6.
Yes.
I don't see it being any better than that. It's such a huge roster change with injuries and the free agency and the way contracts are with the new rules. At just Boston was in such a predicament; they had to get rid of their players.
I agree. I mean, that's the dreaded second apron, man. When you're close to that second apron, you're forced to make some crucial sacrifices.
Correct.
And I think one of the ones that's gonna hurt is Drew Holiday. Granted, Porzingis is a very great player. He played his role really well in Boston, but the one that's really gonna hurt more is Drew Holiday,
Yep. Yeah,
anchoring
he had a
that
great role when he
defense.
showed up at least.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy the illness that Porzingis was dealing with. That really hindered him a lot and it showed. But
Well,
when
it's
he played and he
notorious.
was healthy, he was a monster.
Can you name any 7'3" plus guy that is always healthy? I mean, Wemby is still too young, but as far as throughout an entire career, can you name a 7'3" guy that was always healthy? Plus, no, it's there is such a thing as being too tall.
Yeah. And it shows like it's unrealistic to expect those really tall guys to be able to withstand for lack of a better term, the tediousness of an NBA season. Like there's no way that a giant basically is going to be healthy for a full 82 games and be able to perform and just dominate the way that they're expected to. It's just not realistic.
So, moving on from Boston, I mean, unless you have anything else to add,
No, Boston's pretty much covered.
before we get to the bigger two teams, the one team I do want to talk about is Orlando, that making some extra moves, now having some healthier pieces, now back off the injured list. Where do you see Orlando now? And do you see them as a top 6 team?
Don't sleep on Orlando, man. I think they're coming to make some noise this year. They're aiming to put Orlando on the map for good. Bringing in Desmond Bain
Desmond
and
Bain, I
just
think, was a great move for them. You have Paolo Banchero, you have Franz Wagner coming back, and you have also Jalen Suggs coming back as well. So you have great pieces. All there's no weakness in any position.
and it's a great young core, so they can grow together for years to come.
Yes,
That's Orlando's going to be top four. I don't even say
top
top six.
4.
I think they're going to be top four.
Okay,
They're coming to make some noise, and their presence is going to be felt in the Eastern Conference this year, especially with how wide open it's going to be.
all right, that's an interesting take on it. I was definitely going to say top 6 just to be on the safe side, but you're saying top 4.
Yes, they're going to be top four, considering they stay healthy, of course, because
Again,
injuries can always happen in the NBA. But if they're healthy, I
exactly.
see them being top four.
Yep. As of right now, again, going back on episode 1, that's the huge biggest question if healthy, that's but as of right now, if every team stays healthy based on paper, based on what they could bring to the table, you're saying Orlando top 4 team. I can see it happening, maybe a top 6, definitely a top 6. I don't see them as a play-in team at all.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Considering, again, this is a really weird year with all these injuries in just Eastern Conference. Western Conference is okay, but Eastern Conference, there's a lot of major injuries that impacted, the start of this coming season, and it's just a little too strange, considering.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the East
Same
is wide
injury,
open this year. It's the complete opposite of the West. The West is it's gonna be tough. It's a bloodbath in the West, but the East is wide open for the taking. It's just a matter of who's gonna take it.
Right. Now, getting to the more bigger elephants in the room, Cleveland and New York. Cleveland, do you see them being number one yet again? Or is New
Cleveland,
York
man.
taking the crown?
Cleveland is just they are incredible, but they have yet to show that they can put together a lengthy playoff run. It's
They're a great.
they're in a tough spot.
What was the team? There was some teams throughout the history, the last 10 years, that have always been a great regular season team, and then just nothing in the. I think it's actually those Jazz teams with Donovan Mitchell. Ironically,
Yes.
I think that's what the team I was thinking of. I think it's just it may be. Do you think it's Donovan Mitchell
It's
is
the
the issue?
Donovan Mitchell curse.
The guy's still
See,
putting up 50 a game, and he 50 in some games, and he just cannot get over the hump with getting deep into the playoffs.
it's tricky, man, because they're such a great team throughout the regular season, but it's just like you think that they're gonna take that step, and they just don't. However, I think that they made some big deadline moves last season, trading for Lonzo Ball this year. So I think it's their year. They really see that there's a window and they're ready to take it. I do think that they're gonna be it's interchangeable for me between New York and Cleveland, but they're absolutely a top two Eastern Conference team this season. There's no telling me otherwise with the way that they're currently constructed.
Correct, and because Cleveland is going into this, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Cleveland is going into the season healthy. Same thing with New York. They are
Mhm.
both going into this healthy, and it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams shape up. Thankfully they are in different divisions, so they have every opportunity to be that top team.
Yeah.
Finally the Knicks could win a division. Always being stuck right behind Boston every year.
Yeah, so now I think that's a good segue. Since you're the biggest Knick fan that I personally know, what are your thoughts and what are your expectations for your lovely New York Knicks this year?
Personally, I'm excited, but us Knicks fans, at least me, I'm very cautious on how excited I get. Very cautious because growing up as a Knicks fan, seeing 28 win seasons or 17 win seasons, I know how, as a Knicks
Langston
fan,
Galloway as your starting point guard.
yeah, and Kevin Knox 1 year being your top scorer, so that's scary, and that wasn't so long ago. So, as a Knicks fan, what struggle is, how it feels like to always lose. So this is the opportunity now, and it's not that hopeful. Oh, this is our season. This is our season. It's saying the same thing every single year. This year actually legitimately is different. The facts are there. Unfortunate due to injuries, with the way the season's going. It's unfortunate as a true basketball fan that there's little competition in a sense to that caliber level. Pacers do make I hate the Pacers as a personal bias, but the Pacers are in line as far as how good they are. They could beat the Knicks, but without Halliburton and now without Turner, they're not going to be the same team. Without, say, Jason Tatum and the Celtics, they're not a top six team in my opinion. So you have all these teams that have beaten the Knicks or have come close to beating the Knicks, and they can give them run for their money. Now they're not even in a conversation, and it's even Milwaukee. It's kind of sad to kind of be like, oh yeah, it's pretty much set in stone that we got this in the East, but I don't want to be too overconfident as a Knicks fan. The Knicks have the roster, they have the pieces, they have the new coach, they have they focused on their bench this past offseason, signing small moves, getting Jordan Clarkson, what I think was a great move on their part. coming off bench. You have that energy. As long as he doesn't, it's like that Russell Westbrook tunnel vision in a sense. As long as he just plays his role and he doesn't get that tunnel vision, and Mike Breen doesn't get too upset with him, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is quite possibly the best chance that I've seen in my lifetime for the New York Knicks to win a championship. Especially like you said, adding that bench depth. And they're also rumored to potentially bring in Malik Beasley, one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Yeah,
So
that'll be
if they're
interesting to
able to
see.
secure him as well, that solidified any bench issues that they had last year going into this season. Because I feel like that's where they really struggled. And that's where Thibodeau caught a lot of flack, overusing the starters. But to be frank, they had a bunch of unproven young guys on their bench. So are you
Correct.
really going to throw in a first year rookie in the Eastern Conference semifinals? Are you really going to throw these guys into the Wolves in the playoffs when they have no experience?
And they could have developed a game a little bit during the regular season.
Correct.
I
So
mean, the
there were
stats
definitely
shown
some issues
easily
where he went wrong.
between Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson. Those guys held the longest amount of minutes, the most amount of average minutes per game than any other team combined in any combination that you want to put. I think Karl Anthony Towns was also in that mix as well. It was, it's just too much. It's not relying on your bench. Tom Thibodeau is a great defensive mindset head coach, and he's got some pointers, but is he that coach to take him to the finals if he relied more on his bench? Yes. I Thibodeau is a great coach. I'm not saying that he wasn't a bad coach for the Knicks, but he wasn't good enough.
Correct.
Now, the way the roster is, and again, I love Josh Hart. I think he's a great player. I just don't see him as a starter. He cannot. He doesn't. He's kind of like that. Have that Ben Simmons syndrome. He won't shoot the ball, and wide open. I'm staring. I'm yelling at the TV. Shoot the ball. He's wide open at an elbow shot, and he won't shoot the ball because
He
he's too
won't.
focused on passing the ball, getting to the actual scorers that have the green light. So if you were Mike Brown, who would you start instead of Josh Hart? Well, who's your starting lineup?
Hmm. To be honest, my starting five for the Knicks would be Jalen Brunson. I would start Josh Hart at the two. I would start McCall at the three. OG as our power forward, and Cat at the five. I
Gotcha.
like the roster as it's constructed as far as the starting five. I just don't think it makes sense because we saw it in that series against the Pacers. Why is 6'4" Josh Hart essentially playing your power forward position? Granted, he's a great rebounder for a guard. He's not a forward. There's no way. You see Pascal Siakam is literally licking his chops when he sees Josh Hart in front of him because of the size discrepancy. Whereas if you add a few inches when you put OG Anunoby on him, who's 6'8", I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. But if you play OG Anunoby as the four and let Josh Hart play the two, I feel like there's a lot more success in that lineup.
Sure.
However, if I because I do think that that also makes sense bringing Josh Hart off the bench. If you were to do that and you slide, say, Towns to the four and you put Mitchell Robinson as your starting center, I can
I
see
was also
that
thinking that.
working as well.
I was also thinking that, but I liked when McBride was hand in hand in the backcourt with Brunson because McBride is more of a scorer as well. So he's a score first instead of and pass second type, and he can have a small ball with OG at the four and Mikal Bridges at the three. Because Towns' true position is a center position. He's not a power forward. He is a stretch five. Can Towns play the four? Yes. But I believe I saw some sort of interview or he said something he'd rather play the five. He's happy at the five.
Mhm.
So making Towns happy, Josh Hart comes off the bench, and Mitchell Robinson. I don't want to play so many minutes because of health concerns. I'd rather have Mitch come off the bench, create more defense. Josh Hart create more defense coming off the bench while you can put Josh Hart at the three, while you have Clarkson at the two.
I like that.
Clarkson will do more of the scoring. You can leave McBride in at the one, or Brunson at the one. You can leave Brunson in and then change throughout the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of different lineup combinations that Mike Brown has at his disposal. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what he decides to go with come regular season. So it's a fun time to be a New York Knicks fan. So even though I'm not one personally, I'm a New York basketball fan. So everything in me would love to see where the Knicks go this year.
Yeah, I just I've learned my lesson not to get too overly excited and just wait it out and just hope and pray.
Pray to the basketball gods.
Pray to the basketball gods, please let it be this year.
Pray to Larry O himself. Hope he brings that trophy to New York.
I'll die happy. I'll be all right now. I'm happy now.
Absolutely.
Us Knicks fans have suffered way too much.
Oh yeah, and I've loved personally watching you suffer.
Thank
But
you.
now
Uh,
it's my turn to suffer, considering where my team is standing.
yeah, that they need to rebuild. Let's, you know what? Let's end it on that. On talking about the Nets for a second here. I'm sorry to this is opening up
I knew that was
any
coming.
wounds here, but think about it. Have the Nets not learned their lesson from 10 years prior?
Absolutely not.
I
We
don't
have
get
not
that.
learned a single thing. And here we are yet again, another disgruntled. He's he has star potential. He's not a star yet, but let's just say a disgruntled up and coming player in Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas is
The
very
fact that he's
potential where he
still
can.
unsigned in August as a Brooklyn Nets fan has me ready to run through a wall because it's like, granted, he's not a great defender, but he's a great offensive architect, in my opinion. He can
He's
put
a
the
great
ball in the
scorer.
hoop. He
Great
can
scorer.
facilitate. He can create his own shot. He can literally give you 30 with his eyes closed, and he's still very young. If I'm not mistaken, he's 24 years old. He
I
could
think
even
you're
be
right.
23, but he's very young.
Let's see.
And the fact that they are not willing to offer him the money that he's requesting, which is only, if I'm not mistaken, 20 million a year, that is laughable in my opinion as a
Uh,
Nets fan.
yeah, the lack of the assist and rebounds per game definitely makes up with 24 points a game. Um, the man is 23. He will be 24 soon in October,
It absolutely blows my mind to smithereens that he is still a restricted free agent.
and he is born in Japan. Wow, I didn't know that. That is
Oh,
interesting.
that's an interesting factoid right there.
All right, Yokosuka, Japan. That's where he was born, but he was Virginia is where he was raised.
Got it. Interesting. Good to
Interesting.
know there.
Interesting. You learn something new every
It's
single day.
it's definitely a frustrating time to be a Brooklyn Nets fan because you go from the glory of just a few seasons ago having Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving,
Now
DeAndre Jordan, having
let's
that superstar trio.
let's go back to that real quick. Where do you think they went wrong? I have my opinion on that. I want to see because you're the Nets fan. Where do you think they went wrong? Besides injuries, you can't include injuries. Where do you think they went wrong?
To
Where do
be
you think they should have
100%
stopped?
honest, from a Nets fan's perspective, they went wrong bringing James Harden into the fold because, granted, he did play with
He
Kevin
did too
Durant
much.
previously. However, you're now adding a third ball dominant superstar player
You're adding
to a
also
team
a
that already
dominant
has
ego.
two ball dominant superstar players. And then you're also adding Harden's prima donna ego,
Ego,
which
three
did not
egos.
help.
You have
I
three
mean,
egos in that same locker room. It just did not blend. It did not work. There's no chemistry. Given that also injuries did impact them, but also what you gave up. You had Karis LeVert coming off the bench for Kevin Durant. You had Jared Allen in defense. You had all these guys. You could have re-signed Dinwiddie. And
yes,
Dinwiddie at that time was a better player with the Nets. And you Kyrie, Dinwiddie coming off the bench, LeVert coming off the bench. You have Joe Harris, a healthy Joe Harris that was shooting the ball lights out. Kevin Durant. If that team stayed healthy and you had defense with Nick Claxton coming off the bench, that's a well-rounded, deep team that doesn't need another loss. There is such a thing as going too much. They went too
yes.
much all in. And that's where they messed up and they went for that Paul Pierce, Garnett, Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, Brooke Lopez type scenario where it just did not work. Too many old guys that were way past their prime. It just did not work. So hopefully they have the draft picks now. They traded away Mikal Bridges and they got some draft picks. They traded away. They got future. Hopefully they can actually develop the future and maybe take a page or two from the Thunder and
Yeah.
understand what it's like to build a team.
Yeah, because that's something that the Nets front office has not really done. They've experimented twice with establishing super teams and they've seen it fail. So hopefully the third time is not the charm and they've smartened
Yeah,
up
please.
and let's just grow through the draft. I like what we did, although other fans have been very opinionated in saying that we failed tremendously with our 5 first round picks this year. I do like what I've seen from them in summer league and just seeing them in action.
It's
I
hard to
can see
predict.
some of them developing, but it's also hard to predict these guys. So it's just we're taking the wait and see approach where our
Exactly.
championship window isn't for another 5 to 10 years, honestly. So
Now,
we have time to just grow and develop pieces.
exactly. And I'm actually going to take that point because that actually brings us to the next conversation beyond the Eastern Conference, getting to I was looking at some stats here. You talk about the draft and how tricky it could be and how unpredictable some players may be. SGA, for example, was drafted 11th overall pick. Some of these guys, you don't know who you really truly have. Um, that's why, some teams like the Thunder versus other teams like the Hornets have, success or failures over the years as far as drafting. So I took the liberty, and I'm glad that you actually brought that up. So it puts us right into the next conversation. I took the liberty of checking out every single team, current players. Now we're going hypothetical here. We're not putting in factor as far as injuries, signings, trades, or anything like that. Let's just say that every single team that has drafted the player, they kept and re signed with that team, and it's always been the same. So I'm going to go down this list. Now, some of them are pretty obvious. Like, for example, I might as well talk about it because we were just talking about them, the Knicks. Today's Knicks are so much better. Let's go down, just for example, what players they would have they never traded or lost in free agency their players.
Oh
Who's not
man, I
even
would
the
love to hear that list.
who's not even in the league anymore? Frank Ntilikina, Tim Hardaway Jr., R.J. Barrett, Kristaps Porzingis, and Mitchell Robinson. Easy, very simple. You know what the answer is. The Knicks lineup, the Knicks today's roster is much, much better.
Oh, absolutely.
Looking back at it though, there's some teams I do want to bring up that, looking at it, they could have been pretty good considering, and it's debatable.
Yeah.
Pick a team. I want you to pick a team and go from there. A
Well,
random team.
let's just rip the Band-Aid off, get the torture out the way, because
Okay.
I already know that my Brooklyn Nets would have had a demigod squad had they not traded so many draft picks.
Well, again, it's not that a matter of the draft picks, is what they actually drafted, who they actually
Right, right,
drafted.
right. I
So
misinterpreted that.
yes, so Jalen Brown, and Jason Tatum does not count because Boston actually drafted those guys.
Okay, got it. So now
So
I see
the
now.
Nets
Makes
isn't
sense.
actually so bad. I think personally, the next draft team. I mean, the Nets right now are currently just bad,
Dog shit.
anyways. But you would have had Nikhil Alexander Walker, Cam Thomas, Jared Allen. We know Brooke Lopez was drafted by the Nets, of course. Kyle Kuzma was also drafted by the Nets,
Yes, he
and Nick
was.
and Nick Claxton. So nothing's really changed for the Nets. So there's nothing too crazy going on for the Nets. Um, but the Celtics, on the other hand, I mean, currently right now, because Tatum is hurt and everything else. I mean, Tatum's still on the team regardless. Peyton Pritchard, Marcus Smart, Terry Rozier, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams. But Desmond Bain and Aaron Nesmith were also drafted by Boston.
Yes, they were.
So you add two shooting guards to that list as well on top of Jalen Brown. That's dangerous.
Oh
Two
man,
sharpshooters like that, Desmond Bain and Aaron Nesmith. That's
would have
tough.
been
That's
even
tough.
there would have been even more hatred of the Celtics and envy of the Celtics had they had Desmond Bain and Neesmith still on their roster and had they still developed into the players that they are today.
Right. Now, there was one team that, looking at it, surprised the hell out of me. And I actually want to bring up the Thunder right away before I name the names. The Thunder being, I mean, they are the best team in the NBA. They won the championship. Do you think that the Thunder would be better with the draft picks that I'm about to say?
I mean, they are the reigning champs,
So it's kind of
and
tough to beat that team, right?
it's very tough to beat that team, but I do know that they still have some active names that they drafted that are still superstars in this league.
You ready? Derek Lively, Chet Holmgren, we know, both Jalen Williams, Emmanuel Quickly, Miles McBride, Alperen Sengun, Josh Giddey, Brandon Clark. They did draft Campaign and Steven Adams, but the big three in James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant.
My lord.
They know how to draft. Let's just
Yes.
say that.
Shout out Sam Preston.
So that is hell of a. So then, you know, what about people who are like, okay, SGA was not drafted by the Thunder, nor was he drafted by the Clippers.
He was drafted by the Hornets.
He was drafted by the Hornets. So was Jalen Duren, Jalen Duren as well. Imagine the Hornets trading away Duren, and you would have had still LaMelo Ball, PJ Washington, SGA, and Tobias Harris.
A team still would have been pretty
That's a
lethal.
good that's a complete
That's a
lineup.
lethal team.
That's a complete lineup. You have all positions right there. If they didn't trade away anybody or kept those guys, that's why it's either a hit or a miss on the draft. You have no idea who you have until they actually develop and they actually become really good.
Yeah,
So
it's really tricky to be an NBA GM. It's really like we mentioned on episode one, I'm a gambling man, but it really takes a gamble on some of these picks.
It does.
Some of them may not pan out within those first couple of years. It's all about that patience factor. You just gotta be confident in your training and development staff, be confident in your coaching, and hope that they can really bring out the full potential of an NBA draft prospect.
Absolutely. And now let's go to your man himself, the LeBron James, who he would have had surrounding him in Cleveland if he had stayed yet again with Cleveland. Of course, he gets Kyrie back.
Yes, he
He
does.
does get Evan Mobley, and he gets Darius Garland. If you want to throw in Colin Sexton, you can as well. Tyus Jones does come in as well. Andrew Wiggins was drafted by Cleveland.
Yes, he was.
Jay Crowder and Tristan Thompson as well. So you got a tough team with Cleveland as well,
A very
surrounding with
gritty
LeBron.
team in Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's some of these teams really do draft well, but then it goes to show what they can really turn their teams into with those originally drafted players.
One last team or a couple last teams I do want to mention is the Pacers as well. Um, no, they do not have Sabonis or Tyrese Halliburton, but they do still have Ben Shepherd and Benedict Mathurin and Nemhard as well. You have Goga Patadze. Karis LeVert was drafted by the Pacers. Miles Turner, but more importantly, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Yes.
That would have been one hell of a team. I mean, we've seen it already with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard being on the same team in LA. But you surround them with some younger players and a better center.
Man, what that could have been. If only they would have teamed up originally by the team that drafted them. They wouldn't have had to go to LA and team up
Yeah, I think the
and be
Pacers
known
fell off a
as the
little bit. I
day-to-day
mean,
team.
given the Pacers did make it to the finals, I still feel like they fell off by trading away Kawhi Leonard for George Hill.
Absolutely. That is a trade that's going to haunt them for the rest of their lives.
Because imagine Kawhi Leonard was drafted by the Pacers, stayed with the Pacers, kept with them, and then you trade away Paul George. Let's just go down the list, go down the era here. Kawhi Leonard stays on that Pacers team. You trade away Paul George for Sabonis to getting Halliburton, and you have teamed up with Halliburton and Kawhi Leonard.
Man, you got one of the best point guards currently in the NBA. Get well soon, Tyrese, because honestly, the game's gonna miss him. Even
Yep.
though you, as a Knicks fan, probably hate him to death, but he
I actually don't
is
hate him.
one of the
I,
best point guards in today's game.
I actually don't hate him because I love his game. I said it. I was yelling at the TV. I was saying it during that draft. I'm like, why the hell are we drafting Obi Toppin instead of Tyrese Halliburton?
Only
I'm
to
like,
trade him to team up with Halliburton later
but
on.
the thing is, that was before Jalen Brunson. That was before
Correct.
Jalen
Correct.
Brunson, and they needed a point guard. I'm like, why the hell are we getting another backcourt player? Why? We don't need another backcourt player. Get a point guard. This guy is insanely good. He has a lot of potential. Yeah, he's got a weird shot. Conversation for another day.
I could sense the crash out coming.
There's smoke coming out of my ears. Anything else? Is there any other team that you want to see who they drafted? There's some interesting teams.
I mean, I'm sure that there's some interesting ones. So if you have another one, preferably from the East, since we're sticking with East today, let's hear it.
All right, let's go with the Sixers here. You do have Tyrese Maxey, Ty Jerome, Mikal Bridges was drafted by the Sixers, Landry Shamet, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, Jeremy Grant, Drew Holiday, and Nikola
Hmm.
Vucevic.
Yes.
So interesting, and you would have had a great lineup.
Oh, if
Maybe
that
not,
team would have stood together today, homegrown,
maybe
and
not
those
today
players
with
all
Ben
turned
Simmons,
into
but
what they are now, they probably would have a championship
In one of
because
those
those
years, yeah.
names are, granted, Ben Simmons is terrible
No,
and he's afraid of that orange basketball.
uh,
It's insane the fall
it's so
off of
much
Ben
talent.
Simmons.
It's so much talent, and it's. I don't believe his injuries are even real in the first place. I really don't. There's no way. How do
No,
you get?
there's no shot.
How do you get? He. I remember one game he gets poked in the eye and he's wheeled off in a wheelchair. How? That's so. It's so. It's not, you
Oh my
can't make that
goodness.
up.
And to think that he was making damn near max contract money to just sit on the bench.
It's that one play. That one play changed his entire career.
Yes, it really did ruin his confidence going forward. And it's sad to see because when he was first coming into the league, he was considered the next LeBron James.
That can't shoot.
And he just did not live up to that at all.
No.
It's really sad to see. But I'm just glad he's not on my Nets anymore. Good riddance.
But that's another thing that also the Nets flopped is trading away James Harden when it wasn't working, and you get Ben Simmons out of it. You had a lot of those pieces, a lot of those players, and you got Ben Simmons in return.
Yeah, it was a head scratcher to say the least. Granted, Andre Drummond and Seth Curry came to Brooklyn and they held it down tremendously. But Ben Simmons coming to Brooklyn was even worse for us than having James Harden on the team. I would have much rather continued to deal with James Harden on the Nets than have Ben Simmons.
That's for sure. All right, let's. I think that's. I think I'm looking at it. I mean, the Lakers do have some interesting players um, with Connect and Bronny, Max Christie, DeAndre Hunter, Lonzo Ball, Ijax. You do have McDaniels, Brandon Ingram, Zubac, D'Angelo Russell, Julius Randle. So you have some interesting players for these teams. Trying to look, trying to see. The Nuggets, actually, you do have still Christian Braun. You still have, well, now you don't have anymore, but Michael Porter Jr., Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert were both drafted by Denver.
Yes.
Jamal Murray, Malik Beasley, and you still have Jokic.
Mr. Quesarito commercial. Shout out Taco Bell.
Just gonna mention that. The man got drafted. The three-time MVP got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial.
Insane. Who would have thought? I know that the Nuggets GM is forever counting his lucky stars that he made the correct decision to trade Yusuf Nurkic instead of Nikola Jokic.
Oh yeah,
Because had he chose wrong and seeing what Jokic has become, they would have been calling for his head.
100%. Now, is there any other
That
team
just goes to show.
you wanna check out, or you wanna jump into the next segment here?
I think we've covered a decent amount of the good teams I can think of off the top of my head that have drafted some pretty eye-popping talent. So I think we should be good to move on.
Okay, so I got an interesting one for you here. How much money you got on you?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
How much money you got on you?
Is this the gambling segment of the show?
It's a little bit of a gamble. So you are awarded with $17.
Okay.
You
Okay.
got $17 in your pocket, and you have to be a good GM to see how to build your team with the money that you have.
Here we go.
Now, again, same question as I asked you last time for episode one. Do you want to go through your point guard first, or do you want to start at your center and work your way backwards?
You know what? Episode one, we started with our guards. So
Okay.
I'm gonna switch it up. We're gonna go with the defensive anchor.
Okay. So you're starting now with $17. You have a full wallet. You're ready to spend. And of course, you want to spend as much money as possible to your absolute zero, because the more money you spend, the better player you're going to get.
Let's get it,
So
baby.
you can save and hold on to your money and spend $1 for a Zydrunas Ilgauskas. You can spend $2 for big man Mark Eaton, one of the best defenders out there. You can spend $3 for Boogie DeMarcus Cousins. You can spend $4 for Moses Malone, or you can spend $5 for the Diesel himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
All right. I'm gonna go with a budget to start. And
Okay.
because I love this man's game, and on a personal aspect, you know how much I value this man and how much I was literally heartbroken when he tore his Achilles tendon and ruined my fantasy championship hopes. Give me DeMarcus Cousins for $3.
All right. So you now have $14 in your wallet. DeMarcus Cousins is on your team. He is your center. Power forward now. You can spend $1 to get Kevin Willis. You can spend $2 to get Kevin Love. You can spend $3 to get Bob Pettit, two-time MVP Bob Pettit. Spend $4 for Dirk Nowitzki, or spend $5 for the big fundamental Tim Duncan.
All right. So, another player that I'm personally enamored with because of his ability to rebound the basketball in his prime. Now, I'm assuming all these players are at their peaks.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna go budget again because I'm gambling and I'm gonna need those backcourt players, my one and two, and I'm gonna need a good wing. So I'm budgeting and I'm going Kevin Love for $2.
Kevin Love is, I think, an absolute steal for $2. Kevin Love, that has now brought you down to $12 with starting lineup of DeMarcus Cousins and Kevin Love now to three. I am 99. No, I am 100% confident you're going to spend the full $5 here. You have $1 you can spend for Wally Zerbiak. $2 you can spend for Antoine Jameson. $3 you do have DeMar DeRozan. $4 is Carmelo Anthony, and $5 is LeBron James.
Well, we all know if you guys listen to episode one, you know where my heart lies. Give me the king, the GOAT, LeBron James for $5.
And that brings you down to $7. You have a good amount of money to spend for the next two positions. So for your shooting guard, you can spend $1 for J.R. Smith. You can spend $2 for Bradley Beal. $3 is for Klay Thompson. $4 is Dwayne Wade. And $5 is the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
I see what you did there. So I am gonna go with. Hmm.
Now you have $7.
I do have $7. Am I gonna risk it for the biscuit? You know what? I think here I'm gonna go with Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade, so you spend $4, his former teammate LeBron James. So far we have Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Kevin Love, and DeMarcus Cousins. Now, with this $4, you have $3 left. Now, let's at least tell you what you could have gotten with $4 and $5. With $4, you could have gotten Steve Nash, and in $5, you could have gotten Magic Johnson.
Okay. Okay. I'll have to live with that. I'll have to
Now,
live with that.
I don't know why you would want change left over, but you do have for $1 Ty Lawson. You do have $2 in Maurice Cheeks, Mo Cheeks, and $3 gets you Gilbert Arenas.
Okay. Okay, I'm happy with Agent Zero. I'm happy
So
with
that
Agent
leaves
Zero
you
at my
with
one.
the zero. You spent all your money. You do have Gilbert Arenas at your one, Dwayne Wade at your two, LeBron James at your three. You have Kevin Love at your four, and DeMarcus Cousins at your five. Are you happy with your team?
I think I'm hoisting Larry O'Brien. I
It's a
think I
very
built a
strong
pretty good
team.
team there.
Absolutely.
Now, I'd
I
love
think you
to
did.
see where you would go with this.
See, the difficult thing is not knowing. I know on my sheet, I know what's next. It's the not knowing part that makes it tough.
Right.
So, I mean, me personally, I would have went with Steve Nash. I would have went with Clay Thompson instead. I
I
mean,
like
given
that.
I knowing the way the direction that you were going backwards, I would have went with a sharpshooter because I already have LeBron James, and with scoring, Clay Thompson with a shooter. I don't need another scorer. Steve Nash, I'd rather have as my facilitator, as a great passer to run the offense, and he can shoot as well. So
I like that. I like that aspect. That definitely is another great way to go at it. I just
absolutely,
see me. I thought instantly the heels and the way that Wade and LeBron were together at their peak. That was absolute cinema, and it's a shame that they couldn't stay together longer because they would have won not four, not five, not six, not seven. They definitely would have had more than just two, in my opinion.
yeah. Now let me ask you: is your brain ready for this time around?
I hope I am. I hope I am. We haven't been running for as long as episode one, so I'm pretty sharp-minded right now. Let's see
Okay.
how much you drain me this evening.
Well, that's all. That's up to you. So we got 19 players in total that have scored 20,000 points and also 10,000 rebounds. Can you name them all?
Oh my goodness. I highly doubt it, but I'm gonna name as many as I can.
Okay,
So it's 20,000, the 20,000, 10,000 club.
exactly. A
Okay.
very, very tough,
Exclusive.
exclusive club here. 19 in total. That's it.
All right. So let's just rapid fire LeBron James,
Yes.
Shaq, Tim Duncan,
You said Shaq, Tim Duncan. Yes, yes,
Hakeem Olajuwon,
yes,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
yes.
Let's see. Moses Malone,
Moses Malone.
Carl Malone,
Yeah, you got both Malones.
Big Charles Barkley. I'm gonna guess
Charles
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley is on this list. Yep.
Um, Elvin Hayes.
Elvin Hayes is on this list with 27 and 16.
Okay, okay. David Robinson.
David Robinson is the last one on this list, barely making it 20 and 10.
Okay. Let's see. Who else do we have here? How many have I listed so far?
You have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, I
Okay, nine
believe.
more. We're halfway home. We're halfway home.
We're just about
Um,
halfway, a little over
let's
halfway.
see. We've named Tim Duncan. Did Pau Gasol make this list?
Pau Gasol did make this list with just a little under 21 and 11.
What about Mark Gasol?
Marcus Gasol did not. That's your first wrong off this list. I
Okay.
don't think he was in the league long enough. Pau Gasol
Has
had a longer prime.
I want to say Kevin Love is on this list.
Kevin Love is not on this list.
Really surprising.
Again, I don't think it was this. I think it's the points that he's missing.
Interesting.
Let me just fact check
Um,
that because I
hmm.
was surprised not to see Kevin Love on this
Yeah,
list.
that's surprising me as well. I really thought that I would hear Kevin Love's name on this list.
Kevin Love has 15,000 points.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's not. It's the points. He wasn't that much of a scorer. I mean, he did have a great run in Minnesota, but when he was in Cleveland, he wasn't score.
Right, gotcha, gotcha. All
You
right,
got
so we're
LeBron
at
and Kyrie for
10.
that.
Let's go with another few rapid fire names. We have Kevin Garnett as well.
Kevin Garnett is on the
We
list. Yep,
have Dirk
26 and
on this
14.
list, most likely.
Dirk is 31 and 11. Yep,
Wilt is easily on this list.
easily. He's the most rebounds ever.
Did Patrick Ewing make this list?
He did make this list. 25 and 11. We're just
Okay,
under
okay.
25 and 11.
Great. Let's see. Did I say Moses already? I believe I
Yep, you
said
got
Moses
both
Malone.
Malones. Yep, you got both
Got
Malones.
it. Okay. Now this is where it starts to get tricky.
Yeah,
How many are left?
you got
I think
pretty
we have like
much
four or
the
five left.
you got the top 10. You easily got the top 10 scorers. It's just the remaining is the trickier part. You got, let's see, you got one, two, three, four left.
Okay, got four left here.
So you're on
Um,
a roll here. You're doing pretty good. Just hammer it home.
let's see. Let's see. Now that's all the more modern players. Now let's think back a little bit. Let's think back.
I will say you
We
do have
have
to think
Will.
back a little
We
bit.
have Kareem.
Yep, you got
Do
Kareem.
we have Robert Parrish on this list?
Robert Parrish, because of longevity, he is on here with 23 and 14.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
He played.
Um,
He is the longest longevity player. He's played the most games than anybody, still more than LeBron.
interesting. Okay.
LeBron is second on that list.
Got it. Let's see. Who else do we
I'm
have?
sure
We have
LeBron
three
will
more
pass him.
names on this list.
I think LeBron's got maybe 2 seasons to go.
Now, it's a long shot, but I know he did used to rack up some triple doubles back in the day. Is Oscar on this list?
Oscar is not on this list.
Got it. Okay.
He has the points. He doesn't have the rebounds.
What about Elgin Baylor?
Elgin Baylor is absolutely on this list.
I
23 and
remember
11.
he was on that ridiculous 1962 MVP race where he was averaging like 15 rebounds a game or something like that.
Yep.
It's out of control.
So
Okay.
you have two more guys left now. One's 50s, one's 60s. Well,
Great.
both of them. I mean, one of them is 50s and 60s. I think you can consider both of them 60s,
Okay. Okay.
early
Have
60s.
we mentioned these names this evening?
This evening, yes, actually.
Okay. 50s and 60s. Hmm.
And if you think back in episode 1, we did mention some one of these guys' names too.
Okay.
Let's see if your brain was too fried to remember.
Okay. 50s and 60s. Walt Bellamy.
Walt Bellamy is on this list with 21 and 14.
Nice. See, my brain was fried episode one, but I definitely remember. Now, who is this last name? Oh my goodness. This last name, 20 and 10. So it's got to be like a front court player who was dominant back then. Hmm.
He had almost 21,000 points with almost 13,000 rebounds.
Okay. 50s and 60s. Jesus. It's not Will. It's not Kareem. It's not Bill Russell.
It is not Bill Russell. He does not have the points. Definitely has the rebounds, but not the points.
Interesting. Is it Bob Pettit?
It is Bob Pettit. So that
Beautiful.
completes it 100%.
I did not
Fantastic
waste a lot
job.
of you guys' time with this one.
Yeah, we're
I feel
actually
like
on.
I killed
We're
it.
we're just hitting the hour mark. This is actually pretty damn good to the fact where I may have to throw in an extra thing just to forsake. Now we're gonna spin the wheel for this next one.
Uh-oh.
I want you to name me some players. I I want you to name me some players, and all you have to do, we're going to spin the wheel here. Let's see who it lands on. All right, we're going to be talking about the Suns. How good are you
Okay.
with your Suns?
I mean, you tell me, am I a good father?
You're annoying.
Nah, I'm
You were
pretty.
waiting to see you. You were waiting to use that one.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Well, of course,
Let's
it
hear
signed
what
me
we
out.
going
Give me
for
one
with this
second.
one.
Give me 1 second. It signed me out. Of course, it did. There we go. All right. So, what you're going to do is, I don't care. Oh, the minimum is 50 games, by the way. Doesn't have to be anybody crazy. It could be the biggest name you can think about in Phoenix or some random role player. As long as they played 50 games, I need you to name me a player that has only played for the Suns their entire career. And we go down the list. You'll see where I'm going for.
Devin
There's
Booker.
been Devin Booker is one. I need you to name me a player that has played for the Suns for at least 50 games and the Milwaukee Bucks for 50 games. There's 26 players in total that have done this.
And Bucks.
Suns and Bucks. If you want to skip it and move on to the
Jay
next
Crowder.
team, Jay Crowder. New York Knicks and the Suns.
Suns and New York Knicks. Amari Stoudemire.
Yep. Stoudemire. Brooklyn Nets and the Suns.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Los Angeles Lakers and the Suns.
Hmm. Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler is not enough games probably for the Lakers.
Okay. Suns and Lakers here. Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley. Now keep in mind this was updated April of 2024. Jared Dudley is on this list. Shaq would have been another good guess. It's Philadelphia 76ers.
Suns and Sixers. Jason Richardson.
Jason Richardson. Yep. Charles Barkley would have been the go-to guess. Cleveland Cavaliers.
Suns and Cavs. Shaq.
Larry Nance would have been the number one pick, but Shaq is definitely on the list. Chicago Bulls.
Suns and Bulls. Now, this one here is going to be tricky. Who played for Phoenix and who played for Chicago? Hmm. Hmm. That is interesting. That's an interesting combination.
And if you want to skip it and go back to it, we can absolutely do that. So
I
you're not
really
going to.
want to say, even though I don't think he played for Chicago, for some reason his name is popping up, Josh Childress.
Hopefully, I'm spelling this right. No.
Okay, okay. Let's see. See. Um, who else do we have? Suns and Bulls. Oh my God.
At least because I'm trying to think about it too, because I'm alongside. I'm trying to do this with you. Something is telling me
Um,
with those Suns and Bulls during the '90s, I feel like there would be a couple players that have been around
I
in the
feel like there's
'90s.
something sooner. You know what? Tyson Chandler played for the Bulls. Tyson Chandler
Yes, he
played for the
did.
Bulls.
Yes, he did. Robin Lopez would have been also a good guess as well. Tyson
Yes, him as
Chandler is a
well.
great. Yep. Sacramento Kings and the Suns.
Suns and Kings. Suns and Kings. Oh my God. Jimmer Fredette.
Unless I'm spelling it wrong. I don't think so. Let me just. double check the spelling here while you. Yeah, it spelled it right.
Let's see. Who else? Who else? Sons and Kings. Sons and Kings. Oh, oh my goodness. This is escaping me. Um, JaVale McGee didn't play for Phoenix. Oh my God. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter,
Duh.
absolutely. Portland Trailblazers and the
Suns and
Suns.
Blazers. Mason Plumlee.
Not enough games.
Really interesting. Chris Kaman.
Nope.
Hmm. Let's see. Suns in Portland. Suns in Portland. Yusuf Nurkic.
Yep. Yusuf Nurkic, Cliff Robinson, and Mo Lucas definitely on that list. Boston Celtics, I think, is going to be very easy.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas would be on that list, but Paul Westphal, Danny Ainge, um, I think also Gail Goodrich was also put for the Suns. Oh no, that's Lakers, not Celtics.
Lakers, yes.
Yeah, that's Lakers. But Danny Ainge definitely and Paul Westphal. Atlanta Hawks.
Suns and Hawks. Hmm. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter is definitely on this list. Joe Johnson is on that list as well.
Yes, he
Charlotte
is.
Hornets.
Suns and Hornets. Mason Plumlee.
You're just gonna get
He
Plumlee
definitely
is not
applies
enough
to this
games.
list. Not enough games, so
Not
it's
enough
definitely for
games.
Phoenix. It's definitely for Phoenix. Another one, Nurkic.
Let's put Nurkic in. I'm double checking. Nurkic is not enough games,
Okay, okay. Oh
which
yes,
makes
it's
sense.
50.
Let me just double check Mason Plumlee.
Let's see. Suns and Hornets. No. Hmm.
Plumlee played.
Like 30 something games probably.
He should be able to qualify.
But then again,
I'm
this was
surprised.
updated 2024, so
There you go. Yep, he wasn't on Phoenix yet, so that's why.
let's go with for Suns and Hornets, Kelly Oubre.
Kelly Oubre is on this list. Indiana Pacers.
Suns and Pacers. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Um, yeah, this one is brutal. Suns and Pacers. These are two teams you really don't see coming together often.
Well, apparently
Um,
19 players have
19, really
accomplished it. Yep, played 50 games
interesting.
for both teams.
Interesting. Let's see. Suns and Pacers. Hmm. Danny Granger didn't play for Phoenix. No. Danny Granger didn't play for Phoenix. Um, Boris Diaw didn't play for Indiana.
No,
Um, Gerald Green.
Gerald Green, or I don't know if it was any Green, but Jermaine O'Neal definitely is on that list.
Yes. Jermaine. Jesus, that's an
L-
easy one.
yep, LA Clippers.
Clippers and Suns.
Surprisingly, there's one player that comes to mind. I don't know if he played 50 games for the Clippers, but I know he was on the Suns.
Clippers and Suns. Um, Mason Plumlee.
Plumlee is not because it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, duh. Suns. Oh my God, I keep saying that. Yeah, my brain is starting to fry here. Let's see. Suns and Clippers. Suns and Clippers. Suns and Clippers. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Christopher Emmanuel Paul.
Yep. I was going to say Grant Hill. Uh,
That's a
me
good one.
personally. Eric Bledsoe is also on that list as well.
Yes.
Houston Rockets.
Man, I wish this season already started because I would have instantly went to Kevin Durant. Joe Green should work for this one as well.
Could have also said Chris Paul.
Yes.
Charles Barkley is also on this list. Utah Jazz.
Oh man. So he's just running through the whole NBA, huh?
That's it. That's it.
Suns and Jazz. I see where you're going now.
And it gets
Oh,
tougher and
let's
tougher
see.
because now we're at 18 players.
Suns and freaking Utah. Um, oh my goodness. This is rough. This is rough.
I think there's one player that comes to mind right away.
Hmm.
If you need
Suns
just
and
for sake of
Utah.
time, because there's still a good amount of guesses left. This player did play, I believe, in the '90s. I think he played for the Suns. I know he definitely was on Jazz. I think he was with the Suns.
I
Um,
think there's another name that's coming to my mind. Joe Johnson played for Utah.
Joe
Did he play
Johnson.
50 did he play 50 games? I don't know, but I know he was with Utah for
A
a season.
Johnson worked, but the player that I was going to tell you is Jeff Hornacek. Did play for both the
Yes.
Suns and the Jazz.
Yes, he would have worked.
Washington Wizards.
And Sons, Bradley Beal
Yeah, Beal definitely works. Marcin Gortat also works for that as well. Golden State Warriors.
and Phoenix Suns.
I have run one that I can name right off right away.
Hmm. Warriors and Phoenix now. Name right away. That's
Oh yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I got like one just came to me like that. He's
Oh
more
my
of a
goodness.
warrior than a son.
Leandro Barbosa.
Oh, Barbosa. That's a good one. I was thinking Jason Richardson
Yes, that's a good one.
because you guessed him earlier with the Sixers.
I did, yes.
Orlando Magic. There's one
Vince
right
Carter.
away. Ooh,
Vince
Vince
Carter.
Carter.
Could have
I was
also went
thinking
Shaq.
I was thinking Penny Hardaway.
I like that.
OKC Thunder.
Suns
Now it's
and
getting
Thunder.
even trickier.
Kevin Durant.
Yep. Kevin Durant is on this list. Tom Chambers and Dennis Johnson is also on this list as well. Paul Silas is also on this list. Detroit Pistons. Detroit basketball.
Detroit basketball. Let's see. Let's go in the think tank here.
There's another one that comes
Suns
to mind right away.
and Detroit. Now, I don't know why. I don't think Dumars played for the Suns, but his name is coming to my head for this for some reason.
Dumars only played for Detroit.
I figured as much.
Yep. He never went anywhere else.
Let's see. You can go.
There's one player that comes to my mind right away.
You can go. Let's see. Suns and Pistons. Marcus Morris.
Marcus Morris does work. Grant Hill was the name that was
Yes,
coming to
Grant
mind.
Hill.
And Brandon Knight. Wow. Look at that. Miami Heat.
Oh, Suns and Heat. Gerald Green.
Gerald Green does come to this list. Dan Maherly is the number one guy. Dallas Mavericks is one that
Suns
comes
and
right
Dallas.
away.
Tyson Chandler.
Okay, there was two big names that came to mind, but Jason Chandler should work. A Steve Nash or a Jason Kidd, does that come to mind?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah,
Instantly.
that instantly.
Instantly. It
Sean
was
Marion,
Chandler,
Cedric
Nash, or
Sabalos.
Kidd. One of them.
Cedric
Those
Sabalos
teams
was
tend to
also.
combine pretty frequently.
Yep. Surprisingly, only 13 of them played 50 games for Mavericks and Suns. It just so happens to be big names. Minnesota with 12.
Suns in Minnesota. Oh, so we're going in.
Yeah, I
We're
told you it's
going
getting
good.
tougher and tougher.
Tougher and tougher. Suns in Minnesota. Joe Green.
You're just gonna get off Gerald Green. Does not work.
Really? Ish Smith.
Not does not work.
Okay. Okay. Um, this is tricky. This is
If you
definitely
need
tricky.
if you need to skip to at least get to the next teams, we can come back to Minnesota.
I want to keep going in order here. I feel like I'd be doing a disservice to the listeners if I skipped.
You all right?
Um, let's see. Let's see. Suns in Minnesota. There's only 12 of these guys. Hmm. Oh my goodness. I feel like there's somebody that should be popping up, but he's not. No, he doesn't work. No, he doesn't work either. I can't believe.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
having trouble myself personally.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is one of the
tricky.
tough ones.
Yeah, it
Let's
gets tougher
see.
from.
Suns
You're not
and
gonna like these last ones.
Timberwolves. Oh my God, I already don't like you for this one. Jesus, like this one's rough. You got to
This
really go in the think tank here.
that's why I like the specific trivia's. I mean, we can go the simple, you
I
know,
like it. Nah, I like
but
this. I
this
like
is.
this.
I got one more
Actually, I
trivia.
think I have a name.
Okay,
Ricky Rubio.
Ricky Rubio does absolutely work. The number one guy is going to be Stephon Marbury.
Yes, that's oh no, my goodness.
Yep, Spurs and the Suns.
Boris
Unlucky
Diaw, baby.
Bills. Boris Diaw. Michael Finley does work as well. Memphis Grizzlies. 11
Memphis and
players.
Phoenix.
I think one comes to mind, but I don't think it works because, in technicality, is because he never really played for them yet.
Vince Carter.
Well, Vince Carter does work. I was thinking Dylan Brooks because he just got traded to Phoenix.
Yes,
He was drafted by Phoenix, I think, actually. I think he went full circle.
I believe so. Yes, I did hear that.
Denver with 10 players.
Suns in Denver.
Actually, one player I think already came to mind.
I had it too,
Somebody
and
I
I
don't
just
think you're
drew a
going.
blank.
Yeah, somebody I think you're not going to think of, but I don't know why this player came to mind, but he did.
Let's see. Suns and Denver.
Now, Denver and the Suns in Denver is the last team that's going to be in the double digits. This is 10.
Oh my God! So you're just gonna screw me here?
The
Okay.
last two teams have only 5 players.
Oh my goodness.
So
Let's
prepare
see.
yourself.
Suns and Denver. You can go Bol Bol.
Bol, let's see if he has enough. He does not have enough games.
What about Isaiah Thomas? I,
Isaiah Thomas is a 10-day contract with Denver. He does not have
yes,
enough.
that's right.
Does not have enough
Who
games.
else? Who else? Oh my God, Yusuf Nurkic.
Nurkic is on this list. The guy I was thinking about is Antonio McDyess.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I would have never went there.
I
That's a
don't
forgotten
know.
name for me. Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know how that came to mind instantly, but both for Denver and Phoenix, I don't know. I mean, he was known for those two teams.
Yes, he was.
Walter Davis, just to throw out, Walter Davis was also he was the former all-time Phoenix scorer before Devin Booker scored over him.
Start on
Toronto,
my team.
yep. Toronto is your next team.
Uh,
You got 5 players, and that's it.
Five. Good Lord Almighty. Are
That's
these
it.
names that I would know? Like,
I don't know either. I mean, I'm drawing a blank. I'm
this
leaving
is
it open so we
insane.
both can try and figure it out.
This is insane. Oh, he works for damn near everybody. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter is on this list. Luis Scola does work technically as well. Uh,
Nice.
New
Yes.
Orleans Pelicans,
Oh
5.
my God. 5 players.
5 players.
Are you freaking kidding me?
This is it. Hammer it home.
Oh, this is the last one.
This is the last one.
Oh, somebody just popped up. Eric Bledsoe.
Bledsoe definitely does work. Chris Paul and Tyson
Dang.
Chandler also did work for
Yes.
this as well. Great job, 100%. Now, do you want to spin
Eric
the
Gordon
one?
could have worked.
Eric Gordon could have worked as well. Yes, Eric Gordon does work. It actually shows Eric Gordon is the number one guy. Um, Now you do have you have one more spin, and then we have a challenge
Ooh,
afterwards. We have a chat,
challenge.
so we can spin the wheel one more time, and then we have a challenge, and to finish it off, a draft game. So we're gonna spin the wheel one more time here. Hopefully, it's a team that we can get, we can work off of. Let's go with the Lakers.
All right, let's do it.
Lakers, I think, is going to be a little easier. Now, I need you to. Here, hold on. Oops. Let me refresh it. Now, I need a player. There's 33 players that have only played for the Lakers. Hit me,
Kobe.
Kobe. We got the Wizards with the most popular at 31 players.
Rui Hachimura.
Hachimura. You're making me really spell here.
You could also
Kwame
go
Brown
JaVale
and Nick
McGee.
Young. Yep, Kwame Brown and Nick Young are the top players. LA Clippers is the next one with 29.
Ivica Zubats.
Zubox is definitely on the list. Lamar Odom and Bob McAdoo were the number one guys. And Norm Nixon. Detroit Pistons is with 27.
Lakers and Pistons. Svi Mikhailuk.
I hate you. I'm not spelling that. I'm looking that up. And I don't think he had enough games anyways.
With the Pistons, you might be right. Frank.
Does not
Malik
work.
Beasley.
That's a little easier, but it still does not count.
Really? Okay.
2024.
Fair point. Hmm. Damn. I really thought this one was going to be simple. Matter of fact, it is simple.
It should be.
Ah, what's his name? Drummond.
Yeah, that does not work.
Really?
Nope, I don't think he had enough games with LA.
Oh my goodness.
I think he
Contavious
was.
Caldwell Pope works too. He should work.
I have to put the whole name in. Yep, Contavious Caldwell Pope is actually in the top three. James Edwards is number two. Larry Faust number one. New York Knicks with 25.
Lakers and Knicks. Okay. Lakers and Knicks. Lakers and Knicks. There's a few names that should come right up.
One came
Tyson
to
Chandler.
mind. Yeah, Tyson Chandler does work. No, it does not. Not enough games with the Lakers. There's one name that comes to mind. I think he played enough for the Lakers.
Froze. You still there? I think
I'm
it
still here.
froze.
Did it freeze? No, I wasn't looking at the screen because I'm looking
There
at
it
the.
goes. I mean, it looks frozen on my end, but let's go for it.
No, it's
Did you hear my answer for Lakers and Knicks?
no, it did not.
Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler. Okay, so that's how long it froze for. We apologize for that, a technical error. Tyson Chandler did not have enough games.
Really interesting.
Yep. There's one
Let's
player that
see.
comes to mind. I just don't know if he played enough for the Lakers.
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart definitely works. Um, Carmelo Anthony definitely came to mind,
Yes.
and Julius Randle does work too.
Yes,
And
Julius as
you
well.
talk about a
Hmm.
throwback name, Sasha Vujicic does work as well.
Sasha Vujacic.
Sacramento with 24 players.
Okay, Lakers and Kings.
There's
Can't
one player
go.
that comes to mind.
Now, DeMarcus Cousins would have worked had he played a full season. Let's see.
There's one
Can't
player that
go
comes to
Alex
mind.
Len. Um, Rajon Rondo.
Let's see. Rondo does work. I was thinking Mitch Richmond.
Nice.
And Vladi Divac does
Vlade
work as well.
Divac, yes.
Yeah, he's number one on the list. Atlanta Hawks with 24 as well.
Lakers and Hawks.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that have played for both teams.
Kent Bazemore.
Bazemore should definitely work. Uh, Lou Hudson and Tyronn Lue definitely work as well. Phoenix Suns with 22.
Lakers and Suns.
They
Jared
did.
Dudley.
Jared Dudley.
You could
Kurt
also
Rambis
go
is number
Shannon Brown.
and Steve Nash.
Yes, Steve.
Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's just throw this out of the way.
LeBron.
Yep. We have Golden State Warriors and the Lakers.
JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee. I would have actually went with Jamal Wilkes. And Wilt Chamberlain does work as well. But you decide on JaVale McGee, but that's okay. Philadelphia 76ers.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard could have, again, also with Wilt Chamberlain.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago Bulls with
Lakers and
19.
Bulls. Alex Caruso.
Caruso does work for sure. Meta World Peace is the first one that comes up. You do have the Portland Trailblazers.
Lakers and Portland. Wesley Matthews.
Wow, that's interesting take there. Steve Blake does come up on that
Yes,
list.
Stevie
So,
franchise.
talk about a name. Wrong Stevie franchise, but okay.
Nope,
Uh,
that's my Stevie franchise. Shout out Steve Blake, man.
all right, speaking of Stevie franchise, how about the Rockets?
Lakers and Rockets.
There's another name that comes to
Hmm.
mind.
Lakers and Rockets. Carmelo Anthony
Carmelo Anthony. I don't think he has enough for the
with
Rockets
Houston.
because he was let
Hmm.
go.
Yes, you might be right.
He does not
Um,
work. There's one that just came to mind right
you
away.
could also use Ron Artest for this, I think.
Bingo. Ron Artest does work. Trevor Ariza also works. Pat
Yes.
Riley works for this as well. Shout out Pat
Russell
Riley.
Westbrook could work.
Yeah. Westbrook definitely works. Milwaukee Bucks. I
Kareem.
think this one's yeah. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Dallas Mavericks. One name
Dallas
came to mind right
Mavericks.
away, but I don't think he had enough games for both teams actually. Um,
Hmm. Lakers and Mavericks. Rajon Rondo.
nope, not enough games for the Dallas. Lot of
Interesting.
lot of ego and drama going on in Dallas.
Yes. The infamous 8-second violation, ladies and gentlemen. We can also go Steve Nash here.
Yeah. I was thinking Dennis Rodman.
Interesting. That's a good way to go. With you can
I
also
don't,
well,
but I don't think he had enough
mm,
games for both teams. That's the problem.
maybe not. Maybe not.
OKC Thunder.
OKC and Lakers.
See, now we're starting to
OKC
dwindle
and
down. We have
Lakers.
16 players between these two
OKC
teams.
and the Lakers.
Now you also have Seattle.
Yes, that is very
Actually,
true.
one just came to mind as soon as I said Seattle.
Did Sean Kemp play for the Lakers?
The
No.
other one.
Gary Payton.
Let's see. Gary Payton does work. Derek Fisher would also be on there as well.
Yes, Derek Fisher.
Indiana Pacers.
Pacers and Lakers. Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, one name did come up that did play with Lance Stevenson. Roy Hibbert as well.
Roy Hibbert. Yes.
Charlotte Hornets.
Mm. Lakers and Hornets.
Another name just came up.
Lakers and Hornets. Oh my goodness.
Oh, another name just came up. I got two now.
Lakers and Hornets.
Two
You might be
centers.
able to go Dwight Howard here.
Dwight Howard. That's well, a lot of centers. You could have used Roy Hibbert again and Vlade Divac.
Yes. I forgot Roy Hibbert played for Charlotte.
Yep. Brooklyn Nets.
Okay, Spencer Dinwiddie. That's an easy
Yep.
one.
Not enough because he is 2024.
Right, right. Okay. Jared Dudley.
Sure.
Now I can go
D'Angelo
in the
Russell
think tank.
and Brooke Lopez would have worked as
Isaiah
well.
Thomas. No, not Isaiah Thomas. D'Lo, yeah.
Boston Celtics.
Lakers and Celtics. Avery Bradley.
Wow. That's an interesting one. Rick Fox would have worked as well. Miami Heat.
Of
Easy.
course. We can skip that one. LeBron
Yep.
James.
Or Shaquille O'Neal does work as well. Orlando
Yep.
Magic.
Stack.
Shaquille O'Neal. Eddie Jones, Horace Grant, Dwight Howard also work for all of those as well. Big names. New Orleans Pelicans, we're getting down to the
Anthony
dwindling numbers.
Davis.
Anthony Davis does work as well. Brandon Ingram as well. San Antonio Spurs.
Robert Ory.
Robert Horry does work as well. Utah Jazz.
Ooh, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
One came to mind right away if you're an old head like me.
Gail Goodrich.
Gail Goodrich. Adrian Dantley also did play for the Lakers as well. Timberwolves. We got 12 players for the
Lakers
Timberwolves.
and T-Wolves. D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell. Corey Brewer also does work. Denver Nuggets.
Lakers and Denver. Lakers and Denver.
11
Russell
players.
Westbrook.
Westbrook does not work.
Oh,
End of
yeah, because he
24.
played for them 24, 25. Okay. Carmelo Anthony.
Anthony does work. Nick Van Exel is number one. And Timothy Mozgov. Wow. Memphis Grizzlies. Number 9. 9 players left.
Lakers and Grizzlies.
I had one that comes to mind as long as he played enough for the Lakers.
I want to say Avery Bradley for this one as well.
I don't know. No, he did not.
Okay. Mark Gasol.
Marc Gasol came to mind. And he does pass. Pau Gasol actually works as well for both
Yes, he
teams.
does.
Surprisingly, we both went Marc Gasol first and not Pau Gasol. Interesting. And last but not least, with only 6, Toronto Raptors.
Mark Gasol.
Marc Gasol is your winner. Lou Williams would have worked as well. Doug Christie, Ed Davis would have worked. So
Thank
that,
you, Will, for being nice to me today because
for
episode
once.
1, the wheel was very brutal.
Now, here's your challenge. I'm going to go back. I'm not using my computer. It's going to be a challenge between you and me, right?
Let's do it.
How well can you name your regular season MVPs in order?
Oh my God. Probably not well at all.
I say that I can name two straight MVPs, and then we go back and forth, and then you call out the bluff as far as how high you can go.
Okay. I can name four straight MVPs.
I'll kick it up. I'll say eight.
I think I can go 10.
Think you can go 10? Can you go 15?
15.
Come on, gambling man.
Hmm.
Can you
I
go
don't think I can go
15?
15.
So they called me out on it.
Um, I'm gonna call your bluff. I know you can
You're
do
gonna
it
call.
though, but because I know I can't do more than 15, I want to hear you name them.
All right, so I need you just to fact check me. You got a computer in front of you, your phone in
All right,
front of
let's
you.
do it. Last 15 MVPs.
You could just go down the list. You just pull up the entire MVP list, and then you just count it out from there.
All right, let's do it. I have the list in front of me.
Easy enough. 2025 is SGA.
Yep.
2024 was Nikola Jokic.
Yes.
2023 is Joel Embiid. 22-21 is Jokic.
Yes.
So, wait, I don't want to lose
That's
track.
5.
Thank you. Keep track. Keep counting for me.
I got you.
20 and 19 is Giannis.
Yes. 7.
2018 is James Harden.
Yes.
2017 is Russell Westbrook.
Correct.
16 and 15 is Chef Curry.
11. Yep. 4 more to go.
2014 is Kevin Durant.
Yep.
2013, 2012, LeBron.
Indeed.
2011 is Derrick Rose.
Yep. And that is 15.
You made this too easy.
Yeah, because my brain is shot and I can't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning. So
At
thinking
this
of the
point,
last 15 MVPs, good luck.
for me personally, the early 80s is where I start to fumble a little bit,
You know what? Just
figuring
for
out.
viewers' sake, I want to see how far back you can go. Let's give our viewers some entertainment.
I opened my mouth. All right, so where am I at? Derrick Rose at 2011.
We are at Derrick Rose at 2011.
So 2010, 2009 is also LeBron.
Yep.
2008 is Kobe. 2007 is Dirk. 2006 is and 2005 is Nash. '04 Garnett. '03, '02 Duncan. '01 Iverson. 2000 Shaq. '99 was Karl Malone. '98 was Jordan. '97 was Karl Malone. '96 Jordan. '95 the Admiral David Robinson. '94 Hakeem. '93 is Barkley. '92, '91 Jordan. 1990 Magic. '89 Magic. '88 Jordan. '87 Magic.
We're
'86, '85,
cooking.
'84 is Larry. '83 is Moses. '82 is Moses. '81 is the Doctor.
He's on
80,
fire, folks.
80 is Kareem. This is where it gets tricky. 79 is Moses. 78. This is where it gets tricky. This is the late 70s. It's either somebody else or Kareem.
It is somebody else.
Then it's Bill Walton.
Yes.
77 is Kareem, and 76 is Kareem.
Yep.
75 is Bob McAdoo. 74 is Kareem. 73 is Dave Cowens. 72 and 71 Kareem.
Yes, he's on fire, folks. The only
1970,
the only shaky 1978, but he's cooking.
1970 is Willis Reed, my man
Yep,
Willis Reed. 69 is Wes Unseld.
yep.
68, 67, 66 is Wilt. 68, 67, 66 is Wilt. 65,
10 more
Bill, Ru-
years.
Bill Russell.
Yep. 9 more years
64,
to go.
64 is Oscar.
Yep.
63, 62, 61 Russell. 60 is Wilt. 59 is Bob Pettit. 58 Bill Russell. 57 is Bob Cousy, and 56 Bob Pettit.
And ladies and gentlemen, Mike just bodied every NBA MVP in history in about 4 minutes time. That is almost 80 years of basketball history.
My brain is like spinning after that one. I had to really.
I was impressive because I definitely could not have gotten out of the 2000s.
Well, that's the old head. They're doing the research, watching the film, and knowing who is the guy of that year throughout the decades. It's not easy going in order. I know who's better. That '70s Kareem. I know he's got 6 MVPs. It's just which years did he win? That it's either him or somebody else randomly with a one-time MVP with
Absolutely. That's where it gets tricky.
Cowens, Cowens, Willis Reed, Bob McAdoo, and Bill Walton being in the mix of those years in the '70s. Kareem's gotten everything else. Shows how dominant he was in the '70s.
Yeah, he was really one of a kind. And
So I
the
think you
MVP
would have been
awards
cooked
show it.
with that challenge. I think you would have been. I didn't think I was going
1000%.
to go that far. Yeah, I don't think I'll figure out another challenge to make it a little bit more even.
Yeah, that was that was impressive. That was
Thank you.
impressive.
Thank you. All right. So maybe next time we'll go finals MVPs.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I
Not in order.
will.
All right.
No.
What would you think is a good challenge? We'll you know what? We'll brainstorm. We'll put a pin in it. We'll put a bookmark into that. We'll have a conversation for maybe even episode 3.
Yeah, definitely sidebar on that one because I think there's a few things that we can go with there.
So we'll hold off on that. The last one I'm gonna get my pen and paper. Oh, pen. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pause the recording for a second. So that was a quick pause. Needed to grab my pen. I knew I was forgetting something. So we are going to draft the best team we can absolutely draft through position and a 6-man. So a bonus, like a wild card. So we're going to go back and forth, and we're going to, in the end, not determine a winner today. We're going to determine a winner in episode 3. So a little bit of a cliffhanger. Oliver is going to be joining us for episode 3, and he will determine who the winner is to start off episode 3.
I like it. Let's do it. So,
The
are we gonna snake
restrictions
it, or are we just going standard one pick, one
stay
pick?
one pick was one pick because it's just the two of us.
Perfect.
You can snake it when there's 3 or more.
All right. So let's do it. Want to
So
do
I'm
say a coin flip for first pick?
I was going to give you the first pick actually. Now the rules are you have
Ooh.
to pick it's the state of New York. So Jersey does
Ooh.
count. Technically the franchises started in Brooklyn. Well, no, sorry, excuse me. It started in New York and Long Island and now in Brooklyn. So that counts. So both the Knicks and Nets franchises for the state of New York. Now let me ask you, do you want to throw in Rochester, Syracuse, and Buffalo in that mix for those other franchises? Because technically they were in the state of New York.
I mean, to be fair, if you want to do that all-time New York teams, it's only right that we do all the New York teams in
So
history.
we have the Clippers, the Sixers, and the Kings thrown into that mix with the Knicks and the Nets. So all five franchises as far as all time. Why don't
At
you
their
start us
peak.
off at their peak? Now you can name. Now again, Jason Kidd was a Net, but let's say you're thinking as Jason Kidd as a Knick. So you're using Jason Kidd as an all-time player, is
Yeah,
at his prime.
absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna start this off,
Here, let me write it
and
down.
Hmm.
We got options. We got five franchises.
So we have the Clippers, we have the Kings, we have the Knicks, we have the Nets, and who else do we have?
We have the Clippers, Kings, because the Sacramento Kings were the Rochester Royals,
Yes,
the Clippers were the Buffalo Braves, and the Philadelphia 76ers were the Syracuse
Philadelphia.
Nationals.
Yes, correct. Okay, so I'm gonna go with because I believe he played for the Rochester Royals. I'm gonna go ahead and solidify my point guard, and I think I'm gonna go Oscar Robertson unless I'm wrong.
So technically, well, I mean, he played for the Kings franchise, and they were in Rochester at one point. So he just to, for history, he never
Hmm.
played when they were in Rochester, but he was
Yeah.
on that franchise. He was the guy for the Cincinnati Royals. So, so you said the one.
Yep. Oscar at my one.
Hate you on that one. So now I gotta think because you have the Kings. I just thought about the other three. The Kings, you have the Sixers, and you have the Clippers as well with that mix. You do have, of course, the Knicks and the Nets. Um, I think I'm going to start it off at a center position. I'm going to take Wilt Chamberlain with the Sixers.
I like that. That's a great pick. You can't go wrong with starting with either Wilt or Oscar. I think those are the surefire one and two picks.
I'm going to go with Wilt at my five. Who do you got next? Which position do you want to go?
So I'm going with one of the best pure scorers of all time, in my opinion. And I'm
Okay.
going with Kevin Durant at my three.
Kevin Durant at the three. Trying to think here. Because there's a lot of names that you can think of that wore the jersey from these five teams. Trying to think of a shooting guard here that can help my team out, but I don't want to forget about anybody either.
What's it gonna be?
You know what? I'm gonna take you up on that Kevin Durant type trend here. I'm gonna go with James Harden
That was my next pick. I hate you so much. Damn
because it
it.
works for both the Sixers and the Nets. Actually,
And
now
the
that I think about it,
Clippers.
and the Clippers. Wow, man, look at that.
All right, let's see. So I have Oscar and I have KD. So next, oh my goodness. I'm going to go with hmm, I'm gonna go with one of the top centers that I can think of from these franchises. And I'm gonna go in his prime, he was arguably one of the most dominant players. And I'm gonna go with DeMarcus Cousins
Really?
as my five. Yes.
Okay, DeMarcus Cousins.
I really
So
just I
with
like
that because
Boogie's game.
I appreciate that. I actually respect that. Again, I'm going to go a little old school here. You know me. I was actually going to go with my wild card, my any position, the sixth player. I'm going to go with Moses Malone with the
I like that.
Sixers.
That's a good one. That's a good pick. That's a good pick there. See, me, I love Boogie's game. The fact that he can give you 50 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, he 5 steals, 5 blocks.
I'll tell you
He,
this, Wilt's going for 100 that game. If he has to play up against DeMarcus
Man,
Cousins,
that is very true. Okay, so I have my one, my three, and my five. So
you still got the 2, 4, and 6 as your
I am
wild
gonna
card.
go with who am I gonna go with here? I'm gonna go with Dr. J at my two.
Good pick. Oh, the 2. Okay, interesting.
At my two.
Very interesting with Julius Irving at the 2. Now I got to think who I want. Sad to say that no Knicks players have been mentioned just yet. I'm surprised you didn't. You took DeMarcus Cousins over Patrick Ewing, nonetheless. Too. Is Patrick Ewing not on your list,
He's there. He's there.
or Willis Reed? You know what? If we're talking about prime players, he may not have a lengthy career. He may not have been, but I mean, this guy was one of the best premier scorers in the game. Unfortunate due to injuries. At 6'9", Kobe said he was one of the best players to play the game. He could do everything that he could, but at 6'9", got to go with my man T Mac at the 3. Tracy McGrady did play for the Knicks for a very
That
short
is a
stint,
great pick. That is a great pick. He was
representing at
definitely
least something with the Knicks.
he was definitely gonna be my sixth man pick. I'm not gonna lie. So that stings a little bit. Now I gotta go for a four, and I gotta go for my sixth man. So let's see. I also have to try and be competitive with this because you have James Harden, you have Tracy McGrady, you have Wilt, and you have Moses.
I
So I
do.
have to try and be competitive here because I have Oscar, Julius, Kevin Durant, and I have Boogie.
And
Hmm.
amazingly enough, Julius Irving does work for both the Nets and Sixers.
Yes. So let's see. I need a four and I need a six man. So you know what? I'm gonna go with the Nick culture and I'm gonna go Patrick Ewing as my six man.
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just because you have Moses at your six man position.
You
So I
got to
have to
keep it
I
competitive.
gotta try and fight size with size. Because if I
That's
throw
fair.
because if I throw who I wanted to throw there, he was getting eaten alive.
Please, just for entertainment purposes. Who else were you thinking?
I'm gonna wait until you pick your positions, then I'll throw it
Well,
out there.
I do have the 4 and the 1 here still. Do I go with Sabonis? I
Hmm.
could think of a lot more players than Sabonis.
You could think of a lot more than Sabonis.
You know how I feel about Sabonis.
Oh, of course. Helps you in fantasy every season.
Every season, every year, those getting those triple doubles or those double doubles, man. Um, gotta think. I keep on thinking centers. I keep on thinking centers. I really want to go all big? I'm trying to think of a power forward just to make sure because I can go just have it the power forward another center. Do I do that or do I? actually find there's that guy. There's it's amazing the Knicks don't really have much over the
They
years.
don't have much to offer,
They don't.
especially for what you're looking for.
I'm gonna keep it simple. I mean, it's not as good as Oscar Robertson. I'm gonna keep it simple with Jason Kidd.
Okay, I like that. I like that pick.
I'm gonna keep it simple.
All
And
right,
who are you
and
finishing off? We both need a four. I
to
have one
finish
player that comes to
off,
mind.
I'm going with in his peak, one of the most freakishly athletic players of all time at his
I
height,
just realized. I just realized.
Blake Griffin at my
Ooh,
four.
okay. Not the player I had in mind because I just thought of this player that did play for the Nets way past his prime. Got traded, stupid trade for the Nets from Boston. At the four, I'm gonna go with Kevin
Kevin Garnett.
Garnett.
Oh my God. Yep, you just got it there.
As
Oh
soon as I
my
picked Jason
God.
Kidd, I'm like, damn it, I forgot about Kevin Garnett. I'm
So
glad I
one
didn't
player we
mention it.
both forgot about, you could have used him at your one and completely blew me out the water. Chris Paul.
Okay, as an old head, I still pick Oscar Robertson
No,
over Chris
for
Paul.
you over Jason Kidd. I would have taken Chris Paul.
Yeah, I'm still happy with Jason Kidd though.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still
Freaking
happy.
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, that hurt you.
That hurts. I mean,
I forgot about
I
Blake
don't
Griffin
know.
as Nets and Clippers. Yeah, that counts.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see which way Ali goes with this one, because it's gonna be interesting to see what he values.
Absolutely. Because just to recap, we have for your team starting at the one, we have Oscar Robertson. At the two, which is interesting, Dr. J. Julius Irving. At the three, we have Kevin Durant. Blake Griffin at the four, DeMarcus Cousins at the five, and Patrick Ewing as the wild card. Now on my team, I got Jason Kidd, James Harden, T Mac, Kevin Garnett, Wilt Chamberlain, and Moses Malone as the wild card. That is, this is going to be tough. This is going to be, again, Kevin Durant and Oscar definitely hurt me in that sense. But I think with all the other positions, I think I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think you have your front court is definitely manhandling mine,
I was
to say the
in just
least.
to shout out some names that did come to mind. Bob McAdoo came to mind for the Clipper from the Clippers organization, and he did play for the Knicks as well.
Yes,
So Bob McAdoo came to mind as well. Chris Webber came to mind. You do have Chris Webber.
we
You
do.
could, you want to throw out some names from these five franchises that could have been added in. Chris Paul, you mentioned.
I mean, we got Chris Paul. We have Elton Brand as well, who could have been a pretty good name. I mean, he wasn't the flashiest due to injury, so he's not really the biggest name per se. We have Sabonis, who you mentioned. There's some big names
There's
out there
some
that we could
names.
have
I mean,
used.
we just missed out. I think Kawhi Leonard would have been a good pick
Oh, he
for that
would
three
have. He
position.
really would have been.
I'm
Could
happy
have
with
even
Tracy
gone
McGrady
prime
over
Paul George as well.
Paul George. I still think Kawhi Leonard has a little bit over Paul George, more accomplished, um, better defense. He's got both in a sense. Well, Paul George does too. They're very similar in a sense, but different playing styles. But you know, both can score, both can defend. Just
Yeah,
different matchup.
definitely.
Um, who else are we missing over the years? There's some players like World Be Free was very good for the Clippers for a short stint, averaging 30 points a game. Um,
Kyrie Irving,
Kyrie Irving for the Nets. Paul Pierce would have been thrown
Pierce,
into the
yes.
mix. Paul Pierce.
Um,
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo, yep. Could have
You
used
know, it's
Carmelo.
surprisingly enough, I'm still happy with Tracy. Tracy is my favorite player.
Yeah.
I loved his game. I loved his style. It's just unfortunate due to injuries. But if I'm getting Tracy McGrady at the prime, I'd rather actually have T Mac than Melo. If it's just prime for that one game,
Yeah. Peak for peak, I think I'm also going with Tracy over Carmelo.
as crazy as that sounds,
Yeah. As crazy as it sounds, we may catch some flack for that, but I would take Tracy's peak over Carmelo's.
Carmelo just had a much better, lengthier, healthier career
Yes,
for
absolutely.
sure. Um, Paul Pierce, we mentioned Paul Pierce. Who else are we missing? I feel like there's some other point guards that could have been mentioned. I mean, Walt Frazier.
Yeah, could have mentioned Walt Frazier. Just from a meme perspective, Pablo Prigioni.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Chris Kaman.
Oh my God. So
So, all right. So I got that saved. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much concluding of episode 2. Now we do again. We went just a recap of what we went over. Again, Eastern Conference is in the books, but now going on to episode 3, what's to come? Again, we're gonna see what Oliver has, what he decides on, and what he thinks about it. He is up to date as far as understanding, as far as the East and the West, what how dominant the West is going to be versus the Eastern Conference of how non-dominant, I should say, the
yeah,
Eastern Conference
for
is.
lack of a better term,
So
how
those who
wide
are,
open the East will be.
yep. So those who are ready to tune in next week, you do have for the way too early playoff predictions for the top 10 teams. We're even going to go right into the play-ins as far as who's going to make it. We're going to write this down. We're going to save it throughout the season and see how close or
Or how
off
foolish we look.
and how foolish we look. Probably this guy, but not me.
Wow.
Not
Interesting. We're shooting already.
shooting already.
Love it.
Um, and then also we can talk about the remaining free agents that are left remaining, such as Westbrook and what he should be doing and where he should sign. Um, but yeah, we have more stored, similar style. We're gonna have some trivia. We're gonna have some more mini games. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have another draft, actually another draft that includes Oliver into the mix. That's going to represent a different state.
Let's do it. I'm excited, man. Keep it coming. I hope you guys are entertained by what we have in store. And I hope you guys continue to tune in as we go on this journey.
Absolutely. Anything else, Mike, you wanted to conclude with that?
I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward. We have some pretty fun stuff in store for episode 3. The playoff predictions is something I'm really looking forward to because I feel like the East is really wide open, like we've said.
I
And
think the
it's
East
going to
is
be
going to be a lot
interesting to
easier.
see who says what team for the Western Conference because
Yeah,
there's
the
some
East,
powerhouse teams. So it's going to be
yeah,
interesting to see what our opinions are.
the hot takes are going to be real for sure. The East is, I think, going to be a little easier than the West, but the it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely.
There's
100%. I
going to
can agree
be
with you there.
there's going to be 3 predictions. We're going to write them all down. We're going to save them, and come later on in the season, it's going to be fun to see who was close enough, who was closer.
Yep. We're going to see whose prediction is spot on and who's completely off the mark.
Definitely mine. Yeah, I'm going to be right there, spot on,
Oh,
100% for
hot take.
sure.
As he proceeds to be the one who's the furthest off.
Guaranteed. All
Oh
right, but
man.
then again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening in. Um, If again, comments if you want our podcast to be this length, if you're listening in for the full 2 hours. If not, if we should shorten it a little bit, talk about specific topics. Should we go too so deep into certain topics? If there's a comment section, please let us know. We're going to be starting an Instagram soon if it's not up already. And so you can post and message me directly if in case there is any comments or feedback that you do have.
Yes, absolutely. Any feedback is appreciated. Definitely so we can make it the best listening experience for you guys going forward, because that's the goal here.
All righty. Thank you guys for listening. Everybody have a good night.